A lot of you probably know by now about Salt Lake County's light rail system, and you've probably been on it before by now too. It was started in 2000 after in 99 the streamliner on the old Denver and Rio Grande Railroad track was shut down. And so in 2000 they kind of, well, 1999 they took up all the track, and then in 2000 they started laying down the new track for the electric train. It was going to help make it a lot easier so that they could people could get across town without having to referee with so much of the traffic on and off Interstate 15. And and basically they've had things that spur out from it. One of them happened to go to the University of Utah, and so it went up 400 South, merging into 500 South, and then into South Campus Drive, and then into Caesar Drive, all the way up through Medical Drive. The newest one happens to go through a part of downtown, and it goes all the way to the airport along North Temple Avenue, and it kind of and Redwood Road is is practically er, where it'll eventually make its connection to Davis County, and I'll show you that in some odd minutes. We have a few other spur offs too. One practically starts near near the junction of Interstate 80 and Interstate 15, and it kind of weaves through the Redwood neighborhood, goes into the West Valley City neighborhood, and it follows 31st. It's supposed to follow 31st all the way west. And in fact, that old track that used to go through South Salt Lake, it now it had to go too because it wasn't safe. It's never safe for non-electric tracks to cross electric ones. It could be dangerous, so they had to take that out too. But now they're replacing it with another light rail that could supposedly go further east than the Hidden Hollow district, if ever they can find a way to help it go all the way through Parley's Canyon. Way down here, they've been able to get it far enough south as the Draper neighborhood, and it currently stops here at 124th South. The dotted line, as you can see, right from 124th is where it's supposed to continue on in this first page. In the second page, this is where it's supposed to kind of follow along Mount Olympus into into Utah County. And this little junction helps us get out to the Jordan and Riverton neighborhoods. It follows a part of Mountain View Corridor, and it goes all the way into South Jordan and West Jordan. The old railroad company that people knew as Bingham Canyon Railroad, it happens to go all the way. It has been changed to where it goes. See, after the copper mine closed down, they didn't need the track anymore, and so they turned it to the commuter train route so people could go through the Jordan area. And the dotted line was basically where the old connecting track with the Union Pacific used to be. There's really no need for it now that they've got the train route. All that's needed then is just a commuter train that goes through the West Jordan and through Benyon and through West Valley City and then Magna and so on from there. It's dotted, and it may actually be able to show you. Some of the crossings are actually upgraded to mildly busy with just the crossing gates, and there's usually four because safety law actually requires there be four crossing gates when you go across an electric track. 7,000 South was cut off at that point because they have to mount the hill up higher before they can have the road go under anymore. It will eventually go under when they get done. And then over here, where it gets across 54th, it'll eventually come past 56th, across 47th, and then go right by Mountain View Corridor, right near the science camp, and on into Magna, and then it just kind of keeps going all the way into the freight yard, and that's where it stops, over near the salt refinery, and that's where it connects with the with with the one that falls along the west side, and that's where a lot of Magna citizens will go. This one that you see here on the left, or on this paper, is where the track is supposed to go to help make it get all the way through the West Side Mountains. I mean, there's people who live in the area now, and they kind of want to be able to have a train that goes by it. And last but not least is the plan for connecting into to Davis County and further north. Because of some things that kind of get in the way over along 400 West or in the mountains, the commuter train has to start going north on Redwood Road only, and it's going to go all the way through the county line into Davis County, 500 south in Bountiful, and that one is going to have to go up over the tracks if it does, and then it goes up through Bountiful and then all the way up into Pleasant View near Ogden, and eventually, when we get to that point, there's going to be a lot of people who will enjoy riding the train. Yeah, it'll be so neat. Less traffic on the road. But because we don't have a lot of construction workers, we can't really get the work done. And we don't have them because not enough people have a way to succeed in school to be able to do it. And so they can't succeed because they don't have the genetics to learn. And with that at stake, yeah, we do need to create another community helper's job that can do just that, called neurophysiology. And that will help those who don't have the natural genetics to learn to be able to get the artificial ones to succeed. And then they'll eventually grow up to be construction workers, and then we'll have things normal again. But until then, part of our financial plan is going to include donating plenty of silver yogurt container lids to the area. They should be worth at least $100, if not $1,000. And some gold tabs, they should be worth at least $100, if not $1,000. We're also going to do it with some shot needle caps of both white and orange. They should be worth plenty to be able to get the money we need to be able to finish these projects. And don't try to say that we don't know anything about this, because, what that means is you just want to be greedy about it. And that's one thing we don't take from anyone. That behavior is non-adaptable, and it's costing all our good people their freedom to have to be tolerant with it.